Warning, consumption of this video will not cause drowsiness. Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, lead, and inspire. Today we're going to finish up our look at disclaimers and how people let them affect them negatively, make it a positive spin. So come and eavesdrop as Eli and I discuss our final session on disclaimers. First one today is, this is not a savings account and is not insured by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. A lot of times when you make a work deposit, sometimes you don't get results, but you always have to look to make sure that there isn't a positive seed that results from your deposit. One of the things we hear that we know is a fact is from every negative, a positive emerges. And a lot of times people don't look for the positive. Sometimes it's as simple as the universe telling us, hey, this isn't the right direction, go to another direction. That's the way you have to look in order to be a 5%er. You can't give up. You can't take a look at failure as failure. You have to look at failure as a temporary thing, that it's pointing you in a new direction, a new paradigm, a new angle that you have to take. This tag may only be removed by the consumer. You know, one of the things that prevents people, one of the biggest things that prevents people from being a 5%er is they don't possess the belief that they can become a 5%er. They don't feel that they have what it takes. Take a look out there. You see a lot of dumb people making a whole lot of money. And you say to yourself, boy, I wonder how this guy, you know, maybe his dad or maybe his friends, or, you know what? That's not the way it works. The way it works is you have to be the one to make the move. And you can only remove that negative tag yourself. That's something that you yourself must do. You have to believe in yourself. And like I said, one of the things that should encourage you is when you see people that you look at and you say, I'm as smart as he is, or I'm as active as she is, or whatever, you've got to take a look and say, I can get the job done. Once the Dr. Roger Bannister ran the first 4-minute mile, other people said, I can do that. Keep that in mind. Remove the negative tag that you have on yourself. Times approximate. A lot of times people set a deadline for themselves to develop certain outcomes. And you have to remember that the universe doesn't have a specific timetable to get things done. I mean, if the universe did, then we'd have cancer, would be solved already. We wouldn't have that problem anymore. It takes time. It takes effort. And the universe is the one that decides. We're just chess pieces in the game run by the universe. So what you want to do is give your best effort all the time, and remember that there's a certain gestation period for different things. We all know it takes 9 months for a baby to be born. That's a given. That's something that we know. But other things that you pursue in life, other outcomes that you seek to achieve, the gestation period is an unknown. So you must be patiently impatient about achieving that outcome. And what that means very simply is impatient in your pursuit of that, but patient in knowing that it's going to take time, that it's a step-by-step process, and when the time is right, the thing will happen for you. But you must be persistent and consistent. Turn off motor before using this product. You know, a lot of people work really hard to get something done, and then right where they're at the point of achievement, they shut off their own motor. You have to have that belief, and one of the things that gives you that belief, that creates momentum for you, is seeing yourself through the envisioning process of getting the job done. There is going to be rainstorms of people all around you saying, oh, you can't get that done, or no one's ever done that before, or boy, gee, that's not a safe thing to do, you're being pretty risky. You're going to see that. That's going to happen in life. But the people that make it, the 5%ers, are able to put up the umbrella and eliminate that rain from raining down upon them and continue moving. Unleaded fuel only. Well, that's true in certain cars, I guess. But in life, you can't limit yourself to only one fuel. What I'm speaking of here is looking at things from different angles. Different things are going to fuel you, are going to get your motor running. Don't always look at the same things to provide that impetus. It takes a number of different angles and perspectives to look at things in order to be an achiever. You want to see the end result, but you want to be open to using different paradigms. And the way you do that is when you send your vibe into the universe, only see the end result. Allow the universe to use its creativity to transmit to you solutions that you hadn't already thought of, and allowing you to look at things from different angles and different paradigms. If when you are looking at something, looking at a solution, and you already have in your mind, well, the only way this can get done is this, that's a killer as far as the universe transmitting, because the universe receives that vibration and focuses on that. Well, you've already tried those things. Those things don't work. Try something different. Be open. Have an open mind. Viewer discretion is advised. Well, it's pretty much the same thing we just spoke about. You have to look at things from different angles. And if you just look at something one way, you're only going to see one solution. Just as when you look at one person, this is how prejudice evolves, all right? One person does something, and then it's so easy to categorize, that whole group of people, that's the way they act. People are individuals. You're an individual. Why can't you see other people as individuals? I hope that you can. In today's times, we've come a long way in terms of negating these prejudices, and I speak of all sorts of different prejudices. I'm kind of liberal in that respect, but you have to look at an individual as you make your judgments. Don't categorize people in a group. Void where prohibited, taxed, or otherwise restricted. You have to pursue your objectives with an unlimited mindset. Don't feel that you can't be restricted in terms of I can only do it this way. A lot of times, especially in business, the charter says you can't do this, or our budget says we're not allowed to do that. Stop thinking about your limitations. Start having an unlimited mindset and start changing the question. That's the key thing about people that are successful. It's not that they always find the right answers. It's that they ask the right questions. And one of the most important questions to continuously ask is, how can I do this? Instead of saying, I can't do that, how can I do that? And figure out a different way to get that job done. That's what's called creativity. That's what's called resourcefulness. If you're a person that needs to develop some financing in order to achieve your goal, figure out different ways. Figure out different people that would benefit from you achieving your goal. Share your vision. Sell the dream. Have somebody with the resources help you. Have somebody with those resources buy into your project. And that's not just including, money, the monetary thing. I'm also talking about people that you're going to need around you to help you achieve your outcome, because nobody possesses all of the skills necessary to get a job done. You need people to help you. All right? So what you want to do is share that vision, sell that dream, have people buy in. Walk, don't run. Well, sometimes that's true, especially when crossing a street in some events, okay? But the key thing is, this particular disclaimer, for me, is focused on momentum. Sometimes when it's dark outside, you have to slow down your vehicle, and you can only go as far as the white lines allow you to see. You can't go that fast because you have to proceed with caution. Well, pursuits in business, pursuits in life are that way also. But also remember, when the light comes, when you can see further down the road, when you can see that there's a way that you can go faster, definitely take advantage of it. Use that momentum, because the momentum will help you go through the roadblocks, will bust through the barriers. So sometimes, like we said, when it's quote-unquote dark outside, walk, don't run, go as far as you can see. But as your vision becomes increased, you definitely want to take advantage of that and speed up and take advantage of your momentum. Warning, trees sprayed with noxious gases. My goodness. We've already spoken a great deal about how society is divided 95% unsuccessful, 5% successful. Know that 19 out of 20 people that you encounter are going to have the negative mindset. They're going to say, I can't do this, I can't do that. Those special 5%ers are the ones that say, I don't care, I'm moving forward, I'm taking a small step. I'm going to run into a roadblock, but I'm going to overcome that roadblock. I'm going to become resourceful. You're surrounded by noxious gases in the trees, but as an individual walking through that forest, put on your oxygen mask and move forward and go and have your journey start at the beginning. Take one step, take another step, take another step until you get to the finish line. Wash, rinse, repeat. That's some instructions about clothes. Let's make some instructions about life. Visualize, plan, do, review, repeat. First thing, visualization. Get that mindset where you want to see the end result. Make a plan that gets you to the starting line. You don't have to see the entire race. If you, as we've said many times, if you're running a marathon, you can't see the finish line. But you know that as you progress, you're going to get there. So visualize, make a plan that gets you to the starting line, and most importantly, start, do, make a step, do something. Too many people in today's times, and once again we've gone over this before, this is somewhat of a review, have gone over this many times about how they feel that the law of attraction, one of 12 universal laws, they pick that out, they visualize something, and then automatically something's going to happen for them. It doesn't work that way. You have to take steps. You have to make moves. That's the way things get done. If you want to be a good shooter in basketball, yeah, it's good to visualize putting the ball in the basket. Or if you want to be a good golfer, you're on the green and you see your putt going in. That's an important thing. But you have to practice. You have to practice putting. You have to practice shooting. You have to do. You have to review your results also. So you take a look, you measure your results, you see where you were, where you're going, how close it's getting you to the ultimate result that you're seeking. And then what you do is you start all over again. You visualize again, you plan, you get to a new starting line. Only your starting line this time, you started here, now your starting line is here. Then the next time your starting line is going to be over there. That's how things get done on a step-by-step basis. You have little victories. That's the formula. Visualize, plan, do, review, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. Wearing of this garment does not enable you to fly. Well, a lot of us want to be Superman, so if you put on the Superman suit, whew, guess what? That's not necessarily going to get the job done. I wouldn't jump off a tall building and hope it's going to be a single bound. What you have to do is more than just put on the garment. You have to do the things that we just spoke about. Visualize, plan, do, and review. That's the formula. It's very, very simple, but just thinking about something isn't going to get it done. Just putting on the outfit, if you put on a pair of basketball shorts and a top, doesn't make you a basketball player. What makes you a basketball player is the fact that you go out, Eli, and you practice, you get into the weight room, you learn the plays, you study the game, you practice your footwork. There's a lot of different details that go into becoming a success. So just putting on the uniform isn't going to enable you to fly. You could be a winner. You know what? We all could be a winner. People so often think that other people have so much more skill, so much more advantages. You know what? Sometimes they do. I mean, Michael Jordan has a lot more physical skills than I have. I'm not going to be able to do the things that he did. But the point is, we all have different skills. We all have different abilities. But the point is, you must enhance those. Michael Jordan has that jumping ability, but he didn't stop there. He devoted himself to becoming excellent in his pursuit. He was never satisfied with the results. He said, I can always do better, I can always do better, I can always do better. That's something that we have to do also in our pursuit of excellence. That's what separates the okays from the goods to the unbelievables, is they're constantly pursuing excellence. You must be at least this tall to ride. Remember when you go to an amusement park and they have the line says, well, if you're not that tall, you can't ride. Well, that may have some validity when you're talking about, getting on an amusement park ride. But in life, your height is not measured by how tall you are. It's measured by your heart. It's measured by your drive. It's measured by your determination. And it's measured by your belief. And it's measured by the actions that you take. There are a lot of people out there that are just talkers, all right? They're pretty tall, but they're just talkers. One of the things you have to understand is you have to go out and do it. Get that job done. Don't set limitations on yourself. That's one of the things people do is they say, I can't do this, I can't do that. Don't set limitations. Be resourceful. Figure out a way to get the job done. Think on it. Pray on it. Ask the universe for help. Be cognizant that the universe is going to want to help you out. That's how forward steps are made. Your actual mileage will vary depending upon your car's condition, optional equipment, and how and where you drive. In some countries of the world, if you make $24,000 a year, that's like being a zillionaire. And of course, in other countries, that's subsistence living, maybe not even. So, depending upon the pond that you're fishing in, determines, you hear about people wanting to be a big fish in a small pond. That's one of the things that, you have to take into consideration. And it's always a good idea to measure your progress, move forward, and then expand the pond. And then measure your progress again and expand the body of water. That's the way that you become from becoming a novice to becoming great. Is you start off in one little arena and then you move up and you have a track record of excellence, and then you go to the next arena and you're on the bottom and you develop a track record of excellence there. These are the way, I'm trying to give you the formula to understand things here. You don't start off, becoming an NBA ball player when you first pick up a basketball. First, in the Little League, you do this, in the gym, you do that, and then in high school, then in college. That's a progressive road to success. Well, that's true in business, that's true in life, that's true socially, that's true with your family. So what you want to do is constantly be expanding your body of water so that you become a bigger fish in each pond where you are taking action. Your odds of winning are dependent on the number of entries. Walt Disney, to my understanding, went bankrupt about 7 times. 7 times. How many people do you think have the wherewithal to keep going and going and going and going when they have that idea? You know the story of Thomas Edison. 10,000 different experiments that failed. He didn't look at it that way. He looked at it as ways that he found out that's not going to work. The more times you try, the more likely, the luckier you become. It's like buying, when you buy lottery tickets for a small lottery, the more tickets you buy, the greater your chances are. But here's the key point about that. In life, you don't just get 3 strikes. You get a zillion strikes. And you only have to hit a home run 1 time, because when you hit a home run in life, you can score 100 runs at once. So what you want to do is you want to keep trying, keep thinking, keep envisioning, keep being creative. Yeah, you're going to have failures. We all do. But once you have that success, you've made it. You've hit that home run. And the more at-bats that you get, the more chances you have to win. So focus on getting a large number of at-bats and focus on the ball as it comes to the plate each time individually. And if you swing and miss, grab the bat again and step up to the plate again, because once again, you only need to hit a home run one time. Now, I want to invite you to look out for our very, very next video, which is going to be, what's your 20 in 2020? Do you have 20/20 vision? We're going to talk about where you are now. Your 20 is, of course, as they say in whatever they call truck driver talk, breaker, what's your 20? What's your location? Where are you now? Right? We're at the beginning of 2020. We're starting a new year. So what's your 20? What's your location in 2020? And do you have 20/20 vision? Are you looking in the right direction? Are you seeing everything you should be seeing? Do you need to put on glasses? Do you need visual aids? These are the things we're going to talk about in our very next video. So I strongly urge you to tune in for that in the beginning of January. And because we will never end a meeting on a philosophical note, remember to subscribe, remember to tell your friends, and get out there and charge! I'm Eli's dad.